Be'ezrat Hashem, we're continuing the first Perek. As we mentioned in the beginning of the Perek, yes, the key word that Rav Wolbe is highlighting is, first of all, that a Bar Da'at is a way of life. It's not just a tool that you use when you need it, number one. And what is it based on? It's based on an acute simat lev, attention. Attention to what? Attention to details that gives you dimensions and perspective in depth of every situation that you face. And eventually, how do you get to that level of attention? And how do you develop those different dimensions in every situation in order to be able to see things in a much deeper way? Is that you have to understand that nothing's taken for granted. So the moment you understand that nothing's taken for granted, so everything becomes important, everything, all the details now become relevant, and through that absorption and attention to all these details, suddenly you see things in a much deeper way and a more realistic way, and obviously with a much more accurate assessment, right? And that is this is the foundation of what is called to be a bar da'at. בר דעת זה המתבונן בשימת לב, בנץ החמה או בשקיעתה. When you're a bar da'at, you pay attention to the nets, right? The colors in the skies, the shki'ah, dawn, sunset, same thing, yes? And you try to absorb what's going on. בנוף נהדר, a beautiful scenery, or בהתפתחות של תינוק, or you pay attention to the development of a baby. קרוב מאוד להכיר פלאי הבורא ולשתול אמונה בליבו. And by, again, absorbing and paying attention to all these details, you see and you encounter the awesomeness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and that triggers an organic and a natural emunah to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because you realize how amazing He is. Through the nature, right? Like, I'm sorry?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just wanted to, when I read these two lines, I understand it as the true da'at is not only, it's beautiful to see Hashem's works, the colors, the trees, the fruit that grow from the trees, what they call the ecosystem, and these things are beautiful, but this is just the shell. I think the second sentence, karovu me'od lahakir pil'ei haboreh lishtol emunah bo, I think that is the da'at, seeing through those beautiful wonders.
Yes, absolutely. That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point.
That's the point.
The point is to reveal the emet and to see HaKadosh Baruch Hu throughout. A bar da'at pays attention to everything. Okay? Now, when you pay attention to nature, since you pay attention to everything, yes, so you're exposed to the awesomeness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yes, you reveal. You have no choice but to reveal HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's like I heard from Rav Schwab, who's one of the top nuclear physicists in France and now lives in Israel. He has a seminary. Yeah, through me, he went through the Shoah. It's fascinating individual. He has a lot of patents in nuclear physics that he invented. Okay. And he says that when if you're honest with yourself and you don't cheat, when you are learning science, true science, nature, physics, you have to come to see HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Like the only ones that actually refute and push back are the ones that are lying to themselves and that are cheating their way. That's what Rav Wolbe is saying. Like when you're exposed to the emet and you see the emet, yes,
yes,
then you have to come to realize yesh borei olam. Yes, like Yov say, "Mi besari echazeh Elokah." If you look just at the way your flesh evolves, your body operates, there's no way you don't get to see the awesomeness of Hakadosh Baruch Hu. So here the point is that through that way of life, you realize, yes, Hakadosh Baruch Hu's interaction with you. You realize how close He is to you, how He lives within you, and that enhances tremendously the emunah of a person. Yes.
And what about applying this to other people?
Well, one second, one second. That's he did say that you have to take every situation and analyze it, and the relationships. Do I need to be close to that person? That is he going to help me? Going to help him? I have to get away. Do I have to learn from what he doesn't do or from what he does? Yes, but yes. Right now we're still in the mechanism. Okay.
So beautiful, so
Hu
beautiful.
asher ne'emar b'mishlei. And then he says, this is what the kavanah of Shlomo HaMelech in Mishlei. Im tevakshena kakesef uchemat monim tehapesena. If you want it like silver and you look for it like coins, as tavin yirat Hashem, then you will understand the awesomeness, the fear, the yirat haromemut of Hashem, v'dat elokim timsa, and you will find the divine da'at. בפסוקים שהבאנו במבוא, like we brought, yes, in the introduction. וכן, יראת השם ראשית דעת, right? To fear God, first you need da'at, right?
Yes.
Which is very interesting, meaning you would think that you first need yirat shamayim to reveal the da'at, yes? But yirat Hashem bereshit da'at, yes? You can see it in two ways. או יראת השם ראשית זה דעת, או יראת השם, כן? ראשית דעת.
Ah,
כן? כן? זה הא בהא תליא. You need יראת השם to have the דעת, and you need דעת to have יראת השם. And we're going to see. וידענה הקורא, כי אין כוונתנו בזה להגיד דברי מוסר. This ספר is not about מוסר. It's not to teach you discipline. הרי כוונתנו כאן לבאר מהי דעת. This is a neto mechanical analysis of what da'at is, the mechanics of it. We're not coming to try to influence you. We're not trying to ask you, to tell you how good or how bad you're doing. We're just coming to assess the definition of da'at. ואכן, בשימת הלב של דעת, yes, pay attention. בשימת הלב של דעת. It's not just paying attention. When you pay attention with דעת, meaning you pay an attention with a purpose. When you paying attention, it becomes a way of life. קרוב האדם הבר דעת מאוד ליראה ואמונה. And therefore, yes, when you are bar da'at and you pay attention, then you through these lenses you start seeing the awesomeness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which yields and develops Yirat Hashem, which is Yirat HaRomemut, the fear of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, of His awesomeness, and that consolidates, yes, and engraves in your heart true emunah. ואם נזכור מה שנאמר במבוא, מאיזה גובה של שורש הנשמה מגיע הדעת אלינו, אין כל פלא בזה. And if we go back to the introduction and we understand where does the da'at come, right? From the influx of the breath of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, yes? So then it's not pele, it's not a chidush, yes? To see that your da'at connects you directly to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because essentially the Da'at is HaKadosh Baruch Hu living within you. Yes?
once you
ויפח באפיו נשמת חיים. Hashem blew yes, in the nose stream of Adam, of himself, right? He blew man de nafach midile nafach. He blew of his own into Adam and brought Adam to life, and that is the da'at, right? So it is clear that once you reveal your da'at or you connect to your da'at, then automatically you see Hakadosh Baruch Hu, because the da'at is Hakadosh Baruch Hu's presence inside an individual. So the more da'at you have, and the more Hakadosh Baruch Hu you see.
So once you access it, now what? What do you do with it? Once you simat
You're
lev,
going too fast. You're going too fast.
I'm getting
You
okay.
have to follow. This is again. We're going to see what you have to do. What you have to do with it. In the mevo, we touched a little bit, right? Again, it's the derech chaim,
Yeah.
right? It's not about an outcome. It's a way of life. So in every situation, you're going to see situations in a complete different way. You're going to assess your life in a different way. You're going to approach relationships a different way. Yes,
This is what I'm asking. I'm think I'm understanding, and I have situations, and okay, let's see where we go. I'm with you. Sorry to interrupt. It's
במכת ברד,
so exciting.
במצרים, כתוב, right, in the Makkah of Barad,
Yeah.
yes, hell. What happened? The Torah says, "Hayare dvar Hashem me'avdei paro." Whoever was fearing, yes, the commandments of God, the words of God, from the workers and of Paro, הניס את עבדיו את מקנהו אל הבתים. He brought into the homes, yes, the animals, the cattle, and his servants. ואשר לא שם ליבו אל דבר השם, but whoever was indifferent and didn't care, okay, to take seriously the words of Moshe, yeah, the words of God. He left his servants and he left his cattle in the field. And we know what happened, yes? Whatever was left in the field, whoever was left in the field died. So he says like this, לפי דברנו, הכלל הראשון בדעת הוא שימת לב. Yes, we've addressed the basics, right? That gets you to become a bar da'at. Your point of access to da'at is what? Paying attention. וכשיש שימת לב, יש גם יראה. So the moment you pay attention, now you start fearing. Why? It's obvious why. Because now you're exposed to much more information. And
Right.
the more information you have, yes, and the more valuable your assessments will be and your decision will be. כשאין לאדם הנהגה של שימת לב, when a person doesn't live his way through שימת לב, הוא שומע דברים, he hears things, אבל אינם אומרים לו כלום, but it doesn't say nothing to him, it doesn't concern him. ואינו עולה על דעתו להסיק מהם איזו מסקנה למעשה. And therefore, it's not even going to be a thought in his mind to translate that information that was given to him into practice. Yes. ויהיו אלה אפילו דברי משה רבנו בשם בורא העולם. It can be even the words of Moshe on behalf of God, and you have people that will not listen. And they will not care because there is no simat lev. And we saw it in the Torah, witness in the Torah. Moshe, after many plagues, that he was very accurate. Yeah, the Torah tells us, right? Hayare et dvar Hashem, va'asher lo sam libo. It doesn't say va'asher lo yare et el dvar Hashem. He says va'asher lo sam libo
Wow.
el dvar Hashem. He didn't care to listen and internalize the information. So there is, and here is the punchline of Rav Wolbe. It's not enough to have simat lev. Yes, it's important to have the simat lev of a bar dat, of dat, because it's only through the dat that your simat lev, that your attention becomes vibrant and connects you to the information. And Because the other way around, yes, you could be exposed to answers that are in front of your face. See, right? Solutions to your problems that are in front of your face. But because you're disconnected from yourself and therefore from what's around you, this information is completely inexistent. It's important to know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu speaks to us through our surrounding.
Right.
The Rabbi Yerucham on the pasuk Ve'Yaakov Ishtam Yoshev Ohalim, he brings the question that Rashi has, that the Mefarshim say, why does the Torah says that he was Yoshev Ohalim in plural? יושב אוהל, כן, כל הקובע מקום לתפילה, אלוהיו בעזרו. So you have to have the מקום קבוע. So why does it say יושב אוהלים in plural? So Rashi brings, yes, ישיבת שם and עבר. He went to two yeshivot, yeshiva of Shem and yeshiva of Ever. He spent this, but okay. That's Rashi in Sham. Rabbi Yerucham wants to say that Yaakov Avinu understood, היה ishtamim, ishtam, נכון? He was midat tiferet. Yaakov Avinu understood that the interaction with HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't stop in the Bet HaMidrash. It's everywhere. So for him, any situation he was in the ohel. He was stuck with the cattle, he was in the ohel. He was on a journey from one place to another, ohel. Yoshev ohalim. For Yaakov Avinu, every situation, God was talking to him. HaKadosh Baruch Hu was interacting with him. That's exactly what the Rav Wolbe is bringing here. That's the yesod here. If you pay attention and you are bar da'at, then you will see that HaKadosh Baruch Hu speaks to you all the time. אנחנו אומרים, ההנהגה הזו של שימת לב שזוהי הדעת, right? This behavior of paying attention, which is the foundation of דעת, הוא כוח הנותן לאדם עשירות פנימית. You start enriching yourself internally. ממש דדה בכולה ב. If you have it, if you have that da'at, if you have that simat lev, yes, everything is in you. Why? Because you start absorbing so much information and your awareness is growing so fast that you become rich. You enrich yourself. Yes, information is power. Yes? כל מצב שבו נמצא הבר דעת, מוסיף לו הכרה בכוחותיו. Every situation that the person, the bar da'at, is facing, he's strengthening himself. He's becoming more powerful.
Right.
Now, כל מצב שבו נמצא בר דעת מוסיף לו הכרה בכוחותיו הפנימיים וביחס שלו אל סביבתו. כל שימת ליבו אל כל מאורע קטן בחייו ובעולם מוסיף לו הכרה והתחדשות. So not only that the person enriches himself and becomes more powerful, yes, but he starts to get to know himself better also. And the more he knows himself, and the more he knows his surrounding, and the more accurate and the more effective he is in his relationships also.
Is the concept of everything around us is Hashem talking to us, right? Like all the things that happen to us and everything that goes around us. Does that apply to people's actions towards you also?
Yes, and Adam נוגע בגודל חברו, ואלוקים לא נימה. Nobody can harm you, yes, unless HaKadosh Baruch Hu allows you to be harmed. Now, if the person did it, it's his חשבון, yeah, why he did it. מגלגלים חוב על ידי חייו, כן, ומגלגלים זכות על ידי זכאי. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu uses individuals and lets them, or their זכויות, or their חיוב, right, be the reason to interact with others in a good way or not. Okay?
So it's not just like stub your toe or you get sick or something like that.
No,
It's
it's
also from
everything.
everything.
It's everything. It's everything. But what it's
Like we said, like
the power in that the Ralph Waldo is highlighting here is that the more you enrich yourself and the more you have now tools to get to know yourself better, and the better you know yourself, then you can start getting to know people also better, because through that analysis that you do on yourself, you can do on others, right? But because you are about that and you're focused on details and not on emotions, you can have a more objective assessment of people. And through that assessment and objective assessment, knowing yourself and knowing the individual, you can now, through your dot, know how to interact with that person or not.
exactly.
Wow.
You don't fall for the manipulations and the other interests of other people. You see
Correct.
right through it.
But that was the introduction.
Right.
What does Rabbi Yerucham say? He
It,
said, all my life I've been in the hands of others.
Right.
That's exactly what we're trying to break, to create that freedom and that independence.
And the beauty of it is the person does not get gava.
The opposite. He builds the anava. We're going to see. We're going to see.
From Hashem. You
Wow.
cannot access this without Hashem. You stay humble.
Bidyu. We're going to see that. We're going to see that. Be'ezrat Hashem. Yes. Yes. ובזה נבנה עולמו הפנימי לעולם עשיר. This is how you enrich yourself. ממש כדברי שלמה המלך, like שלמה המלך says, ובדעת חדרים ימלאו כל הון יקר ונעים. But with your da'at, you fill in your rooms with wealth and beauty and glamorous things. Meaning you enrich yourself. The rooms are the חדרי הלב. Okay? So this is the bracha, this is the power, yes, this is the edge that you develop in life by gaining by da'at and by living a life of a bar da'at.
Yeah.
Tov. Ezrat Hashem.
Thank you so much, Rav.